It's Friday, which means it's Parashat time again. And like you just told me, this week's Parashat is
Chayei.
That's right, such a special Parashat. So before we get into the Parashat, I'm going to tell you a little story about Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu one day was watching over all his sheep and his animals, and there was one little lamb. Avraham was patting the little lamb. He loved the little one. You know, K1, you're not going to see so well. You need to go further back now.
Go sit no more.
The further back you are, the better you see. And one day, this little sheep ran away. And Avraham was very worried about the sheep. It kept making a noise and going back, back. And Avraham kept running after it. It kept saying, "Come back, little sheep. Come back, come back." Until finally, because even though it was one little sheep, Avraham was worried about it. He didn't want it to get thirsty or its feet should get tired. And the sheep ran into a cave. It was a special cave. And Avraham ran inside the cave to go and get the sheep and give it water, make it feel good, and carry it on his shoulders. And when he came into the cave, he looked around. He said, "Oh my goodness, this is not a regular cave. This cave is a burial place for Adam and Chava. Adam and Chava, the first man and the first woman, are here. What a special holy place." He took the little sheep and he carried it on his shoulders, and he remembered exactly where this cave was. This cave was in Kiryat Arba in Hebron. And he said, "This is the most special cave in the world. I want, when it's time for me to go up to Shamayim, that my body and Sarah's body should be put in here." So he remembered exactly where it was. And he said, "I know, this is Me'arat HaMachpelah." Well, children, this week's parsha starts by telling us that Sarah, children, was 127 years old. And even though she was very old, she was still very beautiful, like a young 7-year-old girl. And she was very pure and innocent, like a young 20-year-old lady. And she got old, children, and Hashem took her neshama up to be close to him in Shamayim. And it was time to bury Sarah. And Avraham said, "Oh, well, Sarah needs a very special place. I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to go and find Me'arat HaMachpelah, the special cave." And he came to Hebron and he asked everyone, "Who owns Me'arat HaMachpelah?" And everyone told him, "Oh, it's Ephron." And Avraham thought, "Lovely, I'll buy it from Ephron." And they called Ephron. And he said, "Ephron, can I please buy this land with the cave from you, Hebron? I want to buy Me'arat HaMachpelah, the whole of Hebron from you." And Ephron, children, was actually a very simple man. And they said, "Ephron is such a big tzaddik, and he's also like a prince. We're going to make Ephron an important man." They put a nice hat on his head. And they said, "Okay, Ephron's going to be like a big minister, like the mayor of the town now, so Avraham can talk to him." And Ephron said, "You want the cave? Oh, sure, I'll give it to you for free." And Avraham said, "No, thank you. I don't want it for free. I want to buy it from you." Now, children, Ephron didn't really want to give it for free. He wanted lots of money. But he just said that to show everyone, "Look what a nice person I am." But then he said, "Okay, you want to pay for it? Okay, all I want is 400 silver coins. Big silver coins, Yaladim. It's like a big, huge coin. And each one was shiny and silver. It was very heavy. And he wanted a whole bag of it. And the land really wasn't worth so much because it was all rocks. You couldn't make a field there to plow the field and grow food. And you couldn't, it wasn't a good place to bring your sheep to eat grass because there was no grass there. There was only rocks. But he still said, "I want a bag of 400 silver coins, big coins. And Abraham said, sure, that's what I'll give you. And Abraham counted out a whole bag of silver coins. Children, in the beginning, Ephron said he didn't want anything. And in the end, he asked for so much money. But Abraham didn't care. He knew Me'arat HaMachpelah was very special. And he said, okay, sure, no problem. Here's the money. Gave the money to Ephron. And it became the special place that our Avot and Imahot would be buried. And Sarah was in the cave. Now, children, when Sarah was alive, she had a very special tent. Of course, you remember that we learned how Avram and Sarah had lots of doors to their tent, so everybody could come and be their guests. Sarah's tent was extra special. You know why? Because on top of her tent was always a cloud, like the Shechina of Hashem. And in the tent, when Sarah baked challah, the challah stayed very soft from 1 week to the next. It was yummy and soft. You know, children, sometimes we have bread for lunch, but if you leave it open and you leave it till the next day, it becomes very hard. But Sarah's challah stayed very soft from Shabbat to Shabbat. And Sarah's candles, children, they stayed lit. When Sarah lit the Shabbat candles, they didn't burn out. They stayed lit from one Shabbat to the other Shabbat. Who lights candles with their mommy?
Magen.
Oh, okay, I don't know why this candle. Oh, there it is. See, it got lit, and the candle stayed lit. Should we sing very quickly? Sarah's candle stayed lit from Shabbat to Shabbat, from Shabbat to Shabbat, from Shabbat to Shabbat. Sarah's candle stayed lit from Shabbat to Shabbat. Because she was so special. Right? And her challah stayed fresh from Shabbat to Shabbat. But children, when Sarah passed away, now the challah didn't stay fresh anymore. And the special cloud on top of Sarah's tent, children, it went away. There was no more cloud on top of her tent. And her candles didn't stay lit anymore. When Avram had somebody light the Shabbat candles, the candles blew out after a short while, after a few hours, and it didn't stay lit. And Avram and everyone was very sad that Sarah wasn't with them anymore. But Avram said, you know what? We have to find a wife for Yitzchak. I want to get a special girl, someone from my family. And so he calls his servant. What was his servant's name? He said, Eliezer, I want you to go to Haran, where my family is. My brother Nahor's family, his children and grandchildren live there. Go and find a wife for Yitzchak from there. Make sure only a girl from my family, please. And Eliezer said, of course, Abraham, I'll go. And Abraham said, I'm going to give you 10 camels. You're going to go with 10 camels. You want to help me count the camels, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he took 10 camels. Children, each one of the 10 camels was carrying a big suitcase, like a treasure chest, filled with all kinds of special things, expensive things, like silver and gold and beautiful dishes and all kinds of very expensive things. Avram was very rich. He was like a big prince. And he said, take it with you and show the girl that everything I own is going to belong to my son, Yitzchak. In fact, he wrote out a special paper that described all the things he owned. And he said, tell the girl and her family that all of it will be for my son, Yitzchak. And Eliezer travels. Now he traveled with 10 big camels and 10 strong soldiers, like servants. And he traveled all the way to Haran. And Eliezer started to daven to Hashem. And he said, Hashem, how am I going to know which is the right girl? Someone from the family of Avram. She has to be very special and very kind. And then Eliezer said, I know, Hashem. The girl who I'll ask, please will you give me water? And she'll say, of course I'll give you water. And also to your camels. That's the right girl. A girl who's very kind and shares. She'll be the right girl to marry Yitzchak and become one of the mothers of the Jewish people. And so he arrives at the well by Haran. Oh, I forgot all my other girl puppets. Never mind. And he saw all the girls were coming down. There was one special girl. All the girls who were coming when they needed to get water from the well, they had to bend down deep inside the well, take their cups and get the water. To get the water. But Rivka, when she came, children, the water flowed up to her and she didn't have to bend down. And Rivka came with her pitcher on her shoulder. And when she arrived by the well, Eliezer saw that all the water was flowing up to Rivka. And Eliezer thought, wow, Hashem is making a big nest for Rivka. Wow, she must be special. I'll go and ask her. And Eliezer came and he said to her, excuse me, can you please give me a little bit of water? And Rivka looked and she saw that he came with 10 strong servants and 10 camels. And she said, oh, of course I'll give you water. I'll give to you water. And I'll give water to your 10 camels too. And Eliezer thought, wow, that must be the right girl. Children, when Rivka came to do the mitzvah, she had to work very hard. First, she gave Eliezer some water. And then, children, she had to give all the camels. Now, children, camels, when they drink, they have to drink water for many days because they have to travel through the desert. So they drink like a whole bath. But it's very hot, thank you. That's right, Joseph. They have to drink like a whole bathtub full of water. And Rivka had to work the whole day giving water to Eliezer's camels. It was hard work. But she didn't complain and she was so happy. She was doing the mitzvah. She didn't even say, oh, you have 10 strong servants. Here's my cup. You can go and feed your camels yourself. She didn't say that. Rivka said, if someone needs help, of course I'll help them. She didn't even stop to think that maybe there was someone bigger and stronger than her who could do it. She just said, I see somebody needs help and I see thirsty camels. I'm going to take care of them. And Eliezer thought, that's the right girl to be the wife for Yitzchak and to be the mother for the Jewish people. And he took out some jewelry. Children, he gave her some very special jewelry because he knew that she would be the right girl. And he gave her. Children, I think you need to go a little further back, sweetheart, okay? He gave her earrings. Laura's not going to put all the jewelry on.
Amuna, Rivka.
Yeah, because it's also blocking.
When you do that, it shakes more time.
See, he gave her earrings and he gave her a bracelet, 2 bracelets. And we told you actually also gave her a nose ring because back then that's what they used to wear. It was considered beautiful. Today it's not a Jewish Jewish girls don't wear it. But back then it was considered the right thing to do. Okay, we'll try. They used to wear it something on their face to make their face shine and be beautiful, something like that. I'm not gonna put it on, but it was like a little nose ring and bracelets and earrings. And you know what? Every piece of jewelry was assigned to something else special in the Torah. Like for example, he gave her 2 bracelets, which each one, the 2 bracelets, was a sign that in the future her children, her grandchildren, would get the 2 luchot on Har Sinai. And each bracelet together, it weighed 10 talents of gold. It weighed very heavy. And it was for the Aseret HaDibrot. Because in the future, Hashem would give us the Torah. So everything he gave had a sign to it. It's a little, we need to sit. And then Eliezer tells her, whose daughter are you? And Rivka said, and do you have room in your house for me to stay? And Rivka said, I'm Betuel's daughter, the son of Nahor, who was Abraham's brother. Abraham was her great uncle. And she said, I'm Betuel's daughter. And yes, there's plenty of room in our house. We love to do Achnasat Orchim. I'll go tell my mommy. And I'll go tell my family to get the house ready. And Eliezer thanked Hashem and he said, thank you Hashem for sending the right girl for me. Like I davened, you made it happen. And when she came home, she ran to tell her mommy. Do you know who saw? Rivka had a brother. His name was Lavan. Lavan was very greedy. He wasn't nice. He didn't really want to do Achnasat Orchim. But he suddenly saw his sister come with all this expensive jewelry, earrings and bracelets and nose ring. And he came and says, whoa, where did you get that from? And she said, Eliezer, our uncle Abraham's servant, he came. He gave it to me. He wants a place to stay. I told him I'd come to see. We have room in our house for him. And he thought, whoa, he's so rich. Of course there's place for him to stay. Maybe he'll give me lots of money too, like he gave my sister Rivka. Oh, yes. And then he thought and he said, 1 minute. Eliezer is Abraham's servant. Abraham only davens to Hashem. But my house, our house has lots of idols in it. So he said, you know what? We're going to clean away all the idols. We'll put it all away because he won't come to our house if there's idols. So he came running, ran to Eliezer, and he said, oh, Abraham's servant Eliezer, come to our house. I cleaned the house. There's no more idols in our house. Please, we made special room for you and your 10 camels. Oh, and all your 10 boxes with treasures in it. And Eliezer said, thank you. Yes, I'd be very happy to come. And they arrived by Eliezer arrived by Rivka's house and came into the house, and Lavan was there, and Rivka's father Betuel was there. And they said, come eat. They brought a whole plate of yummy food for him. They said, come to eat. And Eliezer said, I will not eat until I talk to you about why I came. So they said, okay, talk. What is it? And he said, my master Abraham said I should find a wife for his son, his only son from Sarah, his son Yitzchak. And he's written a whole letter showing, a whole document showing how he's giving all his treasures to his son Yitzchak. Not only that, I left this morning and Hashem made me kfitzat haderech. Usually it takes a long time to come from Abraham's house to here, but Hashem made me come very quickly, which means Hashem wants this shidduch to happen. I want your daughter Rivka to bring her back as a wife for Yitzchak. Betuel thought, oh, well, very rich, but all right, maybe. But Betuel wanted to stop him from going, he said. He didn't tell him, he said, I know what. We'll poison him, and then we'll keep all his money, and he won't take Rivka away from us. And he said, well, okay, come, sit down to eat with us. I hear why you came. All right. And they sat down to eat, and they brought out plates, and they filled the plates with food, and they gave Eliezer a plate, and Lavan a plate, and Betuel a plate. And when Eliezer wasn't looking, children, they did a very not nice thing. Betuel did a very not nice thing. He took out a bottle of poison. Children, sometimes in our house, Mommy has cleaning things and medicines. It's very not safe. You must never, ever touch it. Are we ever allowed to take medicine without Mommy giving it to us? No. Only if Mommy or Daddy or grandma, somebody big gives it to us. We never, ever, ever touch the medicine cabinet. It's not safe. Sometimes if we're not well, the doctor says how much we should get, and mommy gives you a little bit, but we never take it alone. And certainly sometimes mommy has cleaning things under the sink, right? Right? For cleaning the bathtub or cleaning the sink and stuff like that. Or sprays. We never ever put them in our mouth, right? Or smell them a lot. It's not healthy. We need to be very, very safe. But Betul wasn't being very safe. Betul, yes, darling. What is it?
My mom once.
Oh, can you tell us at the end, darling? I will.
It's a quick one.
Okay.
My mom's sink stopped working, so she buy poison, and my dad fixed it. And we still have it. And she put it really high, and I never tried to get it.
Right. I'm sure it's for cleaning the house or something. Right. Children must never, ever touch things like that. But Betul wasn't being very safe. And Betul says, I know. I'm going to put it in Eliezer's food. And then he'll go away. He'll get a big tummy ache and he won't be well anymore. And we'll take all his money. And when Eliezer wasn't looking, Betuel went psh, 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 and he poured it all over Eliezer's food. And they sat down to eat. Well, you know what, children? Hashem sent Malach Michael, and Malach Michael came when no one was looking. And you know what Malach Michael did? He went, switch. Psst. He switched the plates over. And he gave Betuel the food with the poison. And he gave Eliezer the good, healthy food. And as they sat down to eat, Betuel wasn't paying attention. See, Betuel was going to stop Rivka from going to marry Yitzchak. And Hashem really wanted Rivka to marry Yitzchak. He picked up the food. And Eliezer ate a little also. They said a bracha. He said a bracha. And sat down. And all of a sudden, Betuel started not to feel good. Oh, I have a tummy ache. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, what's the matter? Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, why are you lying on me, Daddy? I'm not a pillow. Go away. Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, ouch, you keep hurting me. No. Oh, my tummy is hurting. Hello, get off my head. I don't feel good. And Betuel didn't feel good. And children, Betuel wasn't there anymore. And Eliezer said, please, I need to go already. Give me Rivka, can you give me Rivka so I could take her to marry Yitzchak? And Lavan said, well, we need to ask the girl. In Torah, children, we never make a girl get married to someone unless she agrees to marry them. It's actually a halacha in Torah, and that we have to make sure that the girl wants to marry the boy. So they came and they called Rivka. And he said, Rivka, do you want to go and marry Yitzchak? And Rivka said, yes, I very much want to go. And even if you don't want me to go, I'll go myself in any case. Because Yitzchak's a big tzaddik. And he's going to be one of the fathers of the Jewish people. And I want the big zchut to be one of the mothers of the Jewish people. And Lavan said, well, let Rivka stay here 1 year and then we'll send her. And Eliezer said, no, we want to go right now. And Rivka said, me too. I want to go right now too. And Eliezer and Rivka went. They also sent Rivka's maid servant. Her name was Devorah. And she traveled back with all the camels. Eliezer gave Lavan and Rivka and lots of presents he gave them. All kinds of beautiful things he took out of his suitcase, and he gave Rivka's family, and he gave Rivka, and they traveled, and they came toward Beersheba. Do you remember where Yitzchak was? Hebron. No, maybe Hebron. I don't remember. Forgive me.
He was coming back from.
Children, I am so embarrassed. I don't remember where Yitzchak was. But Yitzchak was standing outside in the field and he was davening mincha. He was davening to Hashem. And Rivka looked, and when she saw Yitzchak, such a big tzaddik, and his face was shining with the Shekhinah, she said to Eliezer, who is that big tzaddik? Who is that wonderful man? And Eliezer told her, that's Yitzchak, the man you're going to marry. And Rivka was so happy. She slid off the camel because she realized Yitzchak's a big tzaddik. She didn't want to be sitting high up on top of him. She went off the camel, and children, she took her scarf and she made herself very tzanua. She covered her face to be very tzanua, and she came to Yitzchak. And children, Yitzchak and Rivka got married. And it was so wonderful. But you know what was also very wonderful? Is that when Yitzchak and Rivka got married, Rivka came to live in the tent of Sarah. It became her tent. And as soon as she married Yitzchak, suddenly the cloud Shekhinah came on top of the tent again. And
few pieces dropped.
Never mind. That's okay. Thank you. And the candles again, they stayed lit from Shabbat to Shabbat. Should I relight the candles, children? Yeah. Oh, there's one. Well lit.
Now they were Rivkas.
Now they were Rivkas, right? And the challah again stayed soft and yummy. Rivka's candles stayed lit from Shabbat to Shabbat, from Shabbat to Shabbat, from Shabbat to Shabbat. Rivka's challah stayed fresh from Shabbat to Shabbat because she was so special. Wow, you all listen so well, Yaradim. I'm so proud of you. Thank you.